Ladies and gentlemen, I am back and the Bulls are back. I haven't made a video in a while since before the trade deadline or after the trade deadline. I mean, I gotta make one. This Bulls team are fun to watch and we'll talk about it.
You're listening to Chicago Bulls Nation, your home for all things Chicago Bulls.
What is going on, Bulls Nation? I can't help it. Like the post-trade deadline, it's not like I love Zach LaVine. I wanted him to be traded, and I'm happy with the return that we got. But we started losing, and I was just like, all right, we're headed to the positioning. I don't really want to talk about tanking all that much because there's really no strategy into it. It's tanking. It's not fun to watch. But the Bulls, being the Bulls, refuse to tank. And I don't know, and I'm pretty sure this is not going to be good for our future because we are lowering our chances of getting to the top four, much more so getting the top pick, which is Cooper Flagg. But man, I can't help it. As a fan, they are just fun to watch. They work hard. And I know it's only Zach LaVine who left, but it feels like the moment he was gone, there was this burden that was lifted off Josh Giddey and Coby White because they are playing like a dynamic duo right now. One of the best, it feels like the past 2 weeks, the best backcourt in the NBA. Okay, maybe that is a stretch, but I mean, look at today's stats. Coby with 37 and Josh Giddey with 26. My goodness. And then outside of, because Josh Giddey had an injury not too long ago, they are still doing great. Now, even with Tre Jones going down, and I always felt like Tre Jones was a big part of this winning streak because his defense, he's undersized, but he plays bigger than what he is. His effort is just there. It feels like a different team from before Zach LaVine, and that is crazy to say. Because before the trade, Zach LaVine was playing good, but it wasn't, I guess, converting into winning basketball for the Bulls. But something unlocked. I guess that's one thing where you don't have to worry about someone if you take their shots or not. And this is all Coby highlights, by the way, because Coby has been balling for the past 2 weeks. I wouldn't say since the trade, but obviously there's a transition period after the trade. But those guys came in prepared. And I mean Kevin Huerter, Tre Jones, and Zach Collins. They are not superstars per se. But I was more surprised about Kevin Huerter and not about his three-pointers. We know that he's a good three-pointer, but I was surprised with the effort. He's playing good defense. His shots are still not falling all the time. He had a good game against Sacramento, but tonight he was 1 out of 7. But the passes, the good decision-making, rotation, his defense, his rebounding. Today, he only had 1 rebound, but I've seen enough games where Kevin Huerter helps in the gang rebound department. So is Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey, I can't say enough. Josh Giddey is playing out of his mind right now. I don't know what the Bulls are going to do. I'm still not sold on giving him too much money. Let's see after this playoffs if we are going in. But I'm not going to think about it now. Him and Coby White are fun to watch in the overall effort. Not just them. Coby White going to the free throw line 11 times is crazy. Back then, it feels like Coby White, whenever he touches the ball, he wants to chuck it up. Maybe because he feels like he's not going to get another opportunity. But now he's more controlled. He takes his time. He assesses the situation, makes the right reads, and you partner him up with somebody like Josh Giddey, who is a premier point guard, a good decision maker, and also has the size. And I got to give it to Josh Giddey. He is making efforts in the defensive, department right now that he's not, I would consider a liability. Make no mistake, he's still not Alex Caruso on defense, but it's more than enough than what we've seen initially when he started with the Bulls. And now combine that with Zach Collins' toughness. He's always been a tough guy inside. Huerter's defensive, he's not a defensive ace, but I would say a lot better defensively than what we've seen from DeMar and Zach in the past. So overall, the effort has been there. The rotations are still a bit wonky. Like Sticks just had a few DNP, and tonight he just exploded. I don't know if Billy's playing by the matchup or whatever the case may be. Maybe, but I'm just glad that these guys can go on a stretch without playing, come into the game, and still contribute the way they did. Patrick Williams has been, pretty up and down as always. But overall, just the Bulls' effort. The effort is there. Dalen Terry, 4 out of 4 in the 3-point area. So who would have thought, right? So as of now, and I understand, this might be contrary to what we wanted for the long run. But in the meantime, my God, they're just fun to watch. Just the effort, the overall effort, the fun in the game. They're playing the right way. And I wish this might be something that the commissioner might look into, because I understand the tanking aspect of it, but every team should play hard. We shouldn't reward the Washington Wizards of the world, the number 1 pick, because they're not trying. So maybe this could be, something where the play-in team has the same chance as the first 5. So teams would try. So it's hard to balance that without somebody taking advantage of it. But I don't know. We're poised. I think we are. It's definite now. We're gonna make the play, and regardless if it's the 9th or 10th, heck, we might reach the 8th if Orlando might slide again. Who knows? There's a few more games left. I don't know, man. I don't know. The worst thing is you advance to the first round, lower your chances of getting to the top 4 just to be swept by the Cleveland Cavaliers, but you also want to see this young team fight. So that's the dilemma of every Bulls fans right now. But I'm not going to think about that now. I'm just going to enjoy the moment. Them beating the Lakers, the Nuggets, albeit without the MVP. Such a fun team to watch. But I'll be back on Thursday when they play the Lakers. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.